A new era begins. Andy Sachs is now a successful journalist and co-founder of a rising digital media platform. Her life feels stable, grounded, and far removed from Runway's chaos. But the fashion world is shifting rapidly toward digital influence. Print magazines are collapsing, and even giants feel the pressure. Andy receives whispers that Runway is struggling behind the scenes. She believes she has moved on until a familiar name resurfaces. Miranda Priestly is not done yet. The unexpected call. Andy gets a formal invitation. Miranda wants to meet. She hesitates, recalling the emotional toll of her past. Curiosity and ambition pull her in. At their meeting, Miranda is colder, but more vulnerable than ever. Runway's future is uncertain, and investors are circling. Miranda needs someone who understands both print and digital. She offers Andy a powerful but dangerous role. The offer: Andy is asked to lead Runway's digital transformation. It's a position of influence she once dreamed of, but it means stepping back into Miranda's world. Her partner warns her about losing herself again. Andy struggles between growth and self-preservation. Miranda insists, "This is not a request." The past begins to blur into the present. Return to Runway. Andy walks into Runway again. Everything feels familiar yet different. New faces, new energy, but the same ruthless standards. She notices a younger assistant who reminds her of herself. Emily Charlton has risen to a high-ranking position. Their reunion is sharp, layered with history and tension. Emily isn't thrilled about Andy's return. Old rivalries quietly reignite. Digital versus tradition. Andy pushes for bold digital strategies, social media, influencers, AI styling. The older editors resist, clinging to traditional prestige. Miranda watches silently, testing Andy's resolve. Tension builds in editorial meetings. Andy begins to realize how hard change truly is. The industry is evolving faster than anyone expected. Runway stands at a breaking point. The new protege. Andy mentors a young intern named Lila. Lila is ambitious but overwhelmed by the environment. Andy sees her past self in Lila's struggles. She tries to guide her without repeating Miranda's harshness. But Miranda begins to take interest in Lila too. A subtle power dynamic forms between them. History threatens to repeat itself. Emily's power play. Emily feels threatened by Andy's influence. She has fought hard to earn her position. Emily begins quietly undermining Andy's initiatives. Leaked ideas, delayed approvals, silent resistance. Andy senses a sabotage but lacks proof. Their tension becomes personal and professional. Miranda observes without intervening. Cracks in Miranda's armor. Andy notices something different about Miranda. She's still commanding, but less untouchable. Rumors suggest financial pressure and board interference. Miranda confides in Andy, rare and unexpected. She fears losing Runway to corporate control. It's the first time Andy sees her as human. Their relationship begins to shift. The big gamble. Andy proposes a risky global digital campaign. It could save Runway or destroy its reputation. Miranda hesitates but ultimately approves. Emily strongly opposes the idea. The stakes are higher than ever before. Andy puts everything on the line. Failure is not an option. Personal sacrifices. Andy's personal life begins to suffer again. Late nights, missed calls, emotional distance. Her partner questions her priorities. She realizes she's becoming the person she once feared. The cost of ambition becomes painfully clear. Andy must decide what truly matters. The pressure intensifies. The campaign launch. The campaign goes live, bold, disruptive, controversial. Social media explodes with reactions. Younger audiences embrace it instantly. Traditional critics attack it harshly. Runway becomes a center of global attention. Miranda remains calm, hiding her anxiety. Everything hangs in balance. Emily's betrayal. Andy discovers Emily leaked internal concerns to the press. The backlash intensifies due to insider information. Andy confronts Emily in a heated exchange. Emily defends her actions as protecting Runway. Their friendship shatters completely. Miranda finally steps in, but not how expected. She doesn't punish Emily. Miranda's strategy. Miranda reveals she anticipated the betrayal. She used it to manipulate public narrative. Controversy fuels attention and relevance. Andy is shocked by the calculated move. She realizes Miranda never lost control. Everything was part of a larger strategy. The devil still plays a long game. Lila's transformation. Lila begins to change under pressure. She becomes sharper, colder, more ambitious. Andy sees Miranda's influence taking hold. Lila starts making ethically questionable choices. Andy tries to guide her back, but struggles. Lila believes this is what success requires. The cycle continues. The breaking point. Andy faces a major decision involving Lila. Protect her, or let her fall like she once did. Miranda subtly encourages a ruthless choice. Andy refuses to repeat Miranda's methods. She chooses empathy over power. This creates tension between her and Miranda. The balance of control shifts. Runway's revival. Despite the chaos, the campaign succeeds. Runway regains cultural relevance. Investors return with renewed confidence. Digital and print begin to coexist. Andy's vision proves correct, but victory feels complicated. Success came at a cost. Miranda's final test. Miranda offers Andy a permanent leadership role. It's everything Andy once dreamed of, but it requires total commitment, no compromises. Andy recognizes the trap. Miranda watches, waiting for her decision. This is the ultimate test of identity. Who has Andy become? Emily's exit. Emily decides to leave Runway. She seeks a fresh start elsewhere. Before leaving, she shares a quiet moment with Andy. There's mutual respect beneath the conflict. They acknowledge how the industry shaped them. No full reconciliation, but understanding. Some wounds remain. Choosing herself. Andy declines Miranda's offer. She chooses a different path, on her own terms. She refuses to lose herself again. Miranda is disappointed, but not surprised. There's a hint of respect in her gaze. Andy walks away stronger than before. This time, it's her choice. A new legacy. Andy builds something new, balanced, ethical, modern. Runway continues under Miranda's reign, but evolving. Lila rises within the system, echoing the cycle. The fashion world keeps spinning, ruthless yet beautiful. Andy reflects on her journey and growth. Miranda remains an unstoppable force. And somewhere between ambition and identity, the story lives on,